George Garage has been servicing the people of St. Henry for 58 years, and when they opened up shop, the neighborhood was a very different place.
The big change here is condos, naturally, because so many condos, they grew like mushroom.
With those condos has come a boom of high-end businesses to serve all the new condo owners in the neighborhood.
It's good. Some people really enjoyed the change, but I have a feeling some of them were really left out.
And activists agree that longtime residents are being left out.
Who can afford the apartment, the condos, their new restaurant, the new chic boutique, like for clothing and stuff? It is not the people who live here as low income for many, many years.
However, some argue that all the change is good for the neighborhood.
They were abandoned for years and years and years. Sud-West, no public administration were looking at Sud-West. Then now everybody is looking at Sud-West because now it's one of the place which has the most economic activities in the Sud-West right now.
But whether or not you believe new businesses are good for the neighborhood, clashes are inevitable. Earlier this year, the 3734 restaurant and grocery store was attacked by anti-gentrification protesters.
They put paint on the windows and they put glue and tracks everywhere. They opened the bag, they put food in it, they took sausages, they took chicken, whatever they could, they just...
Tremblay says he and his partners have gone out of their way to help local charities and be involved in the community, and that things haven't been easy for them either.
Well, I'm renting here, we're not big landlord, we're for sure not rich. I didn't take any salary for the last 8 months because we just can't afford it,
While 3734 say they're good citizens for the neighborhood, some accuse other new establishments in the Southwest of lacking respect for their lower income neighbors.
I don't sleep a night a complete night since maybe 3 years.
Normand Brown lives in this government-subsidized housing building on Notre Dame that has stood here near the border of Little Burgundy and Griffintown for over 30 years. The Grinder restaurant across the street opened up about 3 years ago.
The client is the people with a lot of money, with Lamborghini, Ferrari, and all the big car. And the more they drink, more they screaming, and it's too hard to hear that.
He says the restaurant and its patrons have no respect for their neighbors across the street.
He told me that the last time I passed in front of the restaurant with my wheelchair, to pass on the other side of the street because I disturbed the restaurant.
We contacted Grindr and asked for an interview, but they never made anyone available. The borough says it's working hard to keep the peace in the area.
We want to see a diverse commercial street. So there's a place for fancy restaurants, there's a place for hot dog shops, there's a place for friperies, there's a place for more high-end, fashionable clothing stores. We want to see a mix, and that's what we need in every neighborhood.
But Sauvé thinks the real problem lies in the municipal and provincial government's lack of desire to invest in social housing.
And the city has to do more. The city's not doing enough. Under the Coderre administration, $1 million a year for buying land for social housing is peanuts. It's two ends of a sidewalk almost. It's nothing, The provincial government cut from social housing construction. That's a scandal. They found $25 billion for the Plan Nord, and they can't get people some houses in Quebec.
And this urban planner says until that happens, the activists will need to keep up the pressure.
Governments have pretty consistently declared that they want to see more development, and particularly more development of condominiums that are catering to higher income residents. And I think community groups understand that if they want to see a different kind of destiny for their neighborhoods, one with more affordability, it's something they're going to have to fight for themselves.
And Prudhomme says though vandalism is not part of his group's strategy, it attracts a lot of attention to the issue.
All year long, we don't have so much people coming here and interview and asking questions of gentrification. And every time that someone breaks something in the neighborhood, for like 2 weeks, we had interview nonstop, clack, clack, clack.
Back at George Garage, Rita Pojajanis doesn't see any end in sight.
From morning to night, they're not happy. So, if you have a job and if you want to work, if you're not happy at doing what you're doing, and if you're not making it, and the other one beside you is doing fantastic well, then it's not a happy campers, that's for sure.
And while new condos have brought the garage more customers than they can even handle, they've also brought another kind of pressure.
We paid this land $30,000, which was, today my husband refused $2.5 million for it. They want to build 28 condos in this place here, just like the one across the street, but soapbox, one on top of the other, but the land is not for sale.